What's up, everybody? Jason here with Cybertronian Exchange, and I am back with a whole brand new review for y'all. Today we're going to be looking at Magic Square's Jazz. I don't have the box anymore. I usually chuck them things when I'm done, so there's not going to be an unboxing here. So I don't remember his name. I don't even remember what number he is. MS-31 or something. I don't know. Anyway, this is their version of Jazz, and today we're going to kind of just go over him and his transformation and look and feel of him as a figure altogether. And I think what we're going to do is he came with a ton of accessories. Magic Square is getting better with that. When they released their version 1 Optimus Prime with all the accessories, I felt like that was the way they needed to go. New Age does really well with accessories, but Magic Square kind of fell off, and they didn't continue to put out accessories like extra hands and things like that. And I always felt like extra expressive hands are a really nice touch, and they've kind of done it with this one, and I would like to see them continue doing it with other figures. So anyway, without any further discussion on that, let's start off with their accessories. Right here we have his sound blaster units. Now these came in parts. The gray pieces were separate in the bag, and you actually had to plug them into the ports here. And so anyway, you kind of had to put them together a little bit, but they will tab into his side right here. This little port, it'll go in just like that. Or if you feel like that's, it needs to sit a little higher on his waist, you can flip it over and plug it into his port. There we go. Plug it into his port like that. So it puts that little T-joint right there up and gives him kind of like an extended hip skirt. I don't think there's a wrong way to do this. It's just a matter of preference. With them up like this, you don't get as much movement out of the hip skirts, and you tend to pop them off anyway. But come on, you can do it. There we go. So now he's got speakers right there. Some other accessories that he has, I want to take these off just because I'll end up knocking them off eventually, are his other speakers that you'll see in car mode. Try and hold this with the right hand so I can get the light on there. He comes with 2 of those. Let's see, focus. It's not one to focus. They're just so tiny. Anyway, so it comes with silver painted tips, and the purple dish is molded plastic. I think you had to put these together too. I think they just pushed right in. I can't remember. It's been a minute. I've had the figure for a few months now. So there's those. These will attach to pretty much any of these little bitty ports. I'm not sure what size it is, a couple millimeters. But I think the big thing that people are doing is they're flipping the doors out from his back and pegging them in like so. Maybe it goes on the other side. And get in there. So you can set it up like that, which is fine, I guess. I'm not a fan of the windows up look, but to each their own. You can do it if you so choose. And it's me knocking this thing loose, messing with his waist. I pushed up on it and I shouldn't have. Anyway, I'm going to take those off, and we're going to look at the next one. I want to tuck these back. It's just, to me, it feels untidy with those out. But that, again, is a personal preference, and to each their own. There we go. Get him back. Now, he also comes with his shoulder blaster, or missile launcher, shoulder mounted rocket launcher. And these pieces tab together. It's got a little bitty port right there. Hard to see, I know. And it comes with a painted silver missile. And this little piece here, it folds up or down, and it plugs in right here. And it's a little finicky because it's on that little hinge to give you articulation. But once you get it, it stays just fine. So, and you can move it up or down, and it's not like you're going to bump it out real easily. So there you go. That's his rocket launcher. He also comes with his blaster, and it's got some sculpted detail to it as well. It's just black, or it's just gray molded plastic. Nothing to write home about. Looks like you can even, if you wanted to get silly with it, plug his speakers, the purple speakers, in. Nah, they don't quite go. Never mind. I thought maybe it would go in. But anyway, he will hold that just fine. And he also comes with these other fists. They're instead of the slightly open hand, it comes with these full fists. And you can swap those out. The hands are in there a little on the snug side. And it's easier to get the hands out with the gun in the hand. Shoo! Oh! And there we go. Let's bring y'all back. Y'all have a nice trip. Alrighty. So I got the gun out, or I got the fist out, and I'll just slide this one in. I haven't put these in yet, so they're kind of on the snug side. There we go. And then oh, the gun's a tight fit. Gun's a real tight fit, but it goes. And there you go. Now, the only other things he came with, I'll grab that, move that over there. I'm actually going to swap this fist back out just for, because it was super tight. I just don't want to, I don't know. I never liked the fully closed fist. I like these slightly open hands. I think they're a little bit more appealing visually. So, and the gun does sit all the way in there. Like you can see they kind of created a little relief notch right there so that it goes around the forearm, the size of the forearm, and the gun sits flush, which is a nice little detail that it's kind of hit or miss with figures. You don't always get that. So anyway, that's the gun. Now he comes with 2 alternate faces. He comes with, you gotta be careful, you drop it and you'll never find it again. Trying to get it so you can see it. Comes with like a yelling face or roar face or rage face. Oh no. My phone is just not cutting it, I don't think. Anyway, and then he comes with I guess it's like a smirk. I can't really tell. Yeah, it's really hard to tell what that is. So it's so small I can't see it with the camera, but it looks like a smirk. And then of course he comes with his standard stoic look. Not a smile, just kind of a here look face. And anyway, so to swap his face, you just use your thumbnail to get underneath there, and it's just like the little relief cut for the ball joint is what this little square peg tabs into. And there you go. His rage face. You gotta be kidding me. So, pretty cool. Neat little additions. Accessories, I should say, not additions. They're accessories. Very happy to see them. I'm glad that they're doing it. And anyway, pretty happy with that. So, I'm going to move this out of the way because I keep knocking it off. I thought it was cool, but it's not that cool. Okay, so we're going to look at the figure in general. I'm going to get him up close. His head is on a ball peg, looking at the back. So he gets all the way up, down to about there. You can lift this neck flap up and just kind of get a little bit more down if you want to. He doesn't really get any confused, jazz look, but you get your left and your right. There's no movement with the way the head is sculpted back here. There's just no movement left or right. You could probably trim some of that out and get a little bit of wiggle, but I don't know if it's worth it. Anyway, moving on to the arms. You get a 90-degree ball peg right there. The ball peg also allows for a little bit of butterfly. Not much. You get a single hinged elbow that gets you more than 90 degrees. You get bicep swivel and wrist swivel. That breaks transformation, so I don't know if I give that anything. Like, you can kind of cheat it for like down or whatever, but I don't know. To me, that doesn't count. It's breaking the sculpt. Let's see, you get a waist swivel and you get an ab crunch, like 90-degree ab crunch. That's crazy sauce. You can get your hip skirts up to about there, and your legs, you cannot get the full meow, but the hip skirts are part of the rotation joint right there. There is no back movement at all. Like, it's got squat and diddly for moving backwards. You can take the butt plate off, and even with the butt plate off, you can't move it backwards. That's silly. So, very limited on articulation. Kind of disappointed in that. See, did I cover thigh swivel? He does get a double jointed knee, and it gets him all the way up. So that's pretty good. And what I like is the kibble back here doesn't get in the way of that leg getting all the way up. And you can adjust where that bend is at, so you don't have to fold them all the way down to get it up. You can still get a pretty decent range out of them. Let's see. He's got an ankle rocker, no toe tilt down. He's got ankle tilt up, and if you move that kibble a little bit back, he's got an ankle tilt down, so you can cheat that a little, but it creates an unsightly gap there. Not a fan of that, so probably won't be happening on my shelf anytime soon, and you have to untab it to get that movement, so I don't think I'll be using that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's painted really well. It looks like it's mostly white and black molded plastic and gray, but the white on the forearms is painted while this is molded. The blue and red paint's really nice. I love this brighter blue that they use on the lenses and his visor and the windshields, and the detail down here on the hip skirts. The red and blue on the fender wells is really nice. The silver in the wheels are really nice. So overall, I think this is a very well done figure. The sculpt is minimal. You know, it's getting a little bit more of that toon aesthetic, which I'm okay with as far as the robot's concerned. I'm not a fan of the toon aesthetic when it starts affecting how the vehicle looks. I still feel like the vehicle should look like the real vehicle in life as close as possible, because, well, that was the point of Transformers. You know, robots can look like robots, but the vehicle needs to look like the vehicle. When you get so tuned that you start leaving stuff off, like windshield wipers, I'm looking at you, Ironhide, it kind of leaves something to be desired. And yes, the windshield wipers are left off of him. Well, no, they're not. They're right there. Boop. It's one, but it's there, and it adds a detail of realism. So I just feel like Ironhide's undersculpted, but that's a conversation for a different time. And let's see if we got anything here to compare him with. I've got V1 Magic Square Prime, Magic Square Hound. We'll be going over him at a later date. I think I do. MS-B35 is Hound. MS-B35 is Jazz, and I guess his name is Blues. I found his instructions in there. Let's hope I don't need those. So, anyway, let's get Hound out of the way. And there he is next to New Age Jazz. So he's a little bit taller than New Age. Well, not a little bit. He's a lot taller than New Age Jazz. A little bit. It's proportioned a little bit better in my opinion. Less clunky, less kibbly looking. It's just a better looking figure all the way around. But there they are from the sides and the back. So I feel like Magic Square again cleans up a lot nicer than New Age, but I've had that opinion for a while now, and it'll be a reoccurring theme, I promise. So put him back in his baggie because he ain't gonna be around much longer, or he may be Decepticon fodder. Here he is next to MP Hot Rod. As you can tell, it's irrelevant to even compare those, so I don't even know why anybody does. Let's see, and here he is with Iron Factory Wheeljack. So I feel like their size is comparable, like Iron Factory, Magic Square size well together from time to time. Again, it's on a per figure basis. Let's see, what else do I have handy dandy? Also have some Constructicons. There he is with Magic Square Constructicons, and I feel like that is extremely appropriate in size. Just seeing how much taller Mixmaster is than Jazz. I feel like that fits really well. I like that size proportion. Anyway, that's it for comparisons. And let's get on with the transformation. Now I'm going to bust the instructions out here because, well, he's a bit difficult. Magic Square's gotten a lot more complicated with their transformations. And while I would love to sit here and brag that I can just transform things without instructions, that would be a lie. I mean, in the past I've been able to, but these Magic Square figures keep getting more and more complicated, and I just don't want to break my figure. I don't want this video to take any longer than it has to. So we are just going to get with the program and do this with the instructions out. Forgive the wiggle, because I'm just going to set them here in front of me as I go. Alright, so it says the first thing it wants you to do is to spin the fist, or the hands, out 90 degrees on both sides. And then spin the bicep 90 degrees on both sides. Or I guess spin the forearms for the bicep swivel. Then it says flip this up. So you're basically untabbing these pieces from here and here. Hope y'all can see that. I'm sitting further away from the camera than I should be. And once you flip that up, it wants you to flip the doors out like so, and it wants you to flip the wheels out like so. And then it says to bring it forward like that. It wants you to flip the head up. It wants you to flip this around. I guess it wants you to kind of like expand this as you flip it around. And then wants you to tuck the head in. So the head goes down like that. And then you kind of flatten the hood out like so. And I guess that all kind of goes together like that. And so then you flip it up straight. All right, so the next step, with this up straight like that, you fold this in. This is the part that stymied me for so long, was folding that in, because it doesn't look like it moves, and it's tabbed together really well. Like, I don't understand how it holds. Like, it's just a friction hold, but there's like a little ledge right there you got to push past. So I don't know if you can see it, but you just kind of have to push past that ledge and fold that flat. The arms come up straight like so. And then it looks like you take it at the shoulder and you rotate it forward so that you can see the front or the outer part of the shoulder. And then they want the hand to come down, and then they want the arm to come down. So you're folding it up into a square like that. Hand, and then arm. So we're in a square. And then you fold these at this pin here. At this pin you fold it in like that. And then they want this to fold flat-ish. They just want it to fold down. It doesn't even look flat on the photos. It's not. So it's not going to be all the way flat in the photos. So with that there, looks like the head may have to fold straight back like that. And it tucks in the middle here. Might open that up just a little bit. Because, well, let's see, maybe not. Let's see. This is where it kind of ate me up the first time I went through, because even looking at the instructions, you're kind of like, wait a minute here. Because this is all supposed to go underneath as the car. So let me see here. Well, it says the head goes this way. And this comes this way, but the head is supposed to go back and down. And we're not getting enough back and down for some reason. These two pieces here are supposed to tab in here and here. So that and that tab in there and there. But we got to get them there. Let's see. I don't think I'm getting it the way I'm supposed to, because that needs to go this way. There we go. Now we got the, you kind of have to angle the head in there, and then you can squeeze that down, and then it kind of comes together like that. So I'm going to go ahead and flip these up real quick while I'm here. I don't think that's the absolute next step. I'm just getting them out of the way. So the next step is to flip the hip skirts up. It looks like as far as they can go. Spread the feet apart. I just dropped a face. Holy crap. Told you these things get in your way. And they're just prone to being lost. That's crazy. Alright, so with his legs spread, use the ankle rockers, get your feet to 90 degrees. I have to flip the instructions. Flip the car over. And it looks like we untab this tab from the shin on both sides. Get it way up out the way. And then these panels here are on a slider. So it looks like you kind of, it's on a slider right up here at the knee. So you just kind of wiggle that out. This is actually rotates on the knee. So slide it on out. And we got a panel here, right up in here. I don't know if you can see that. This little panel here, it folds forward on both legs. Just like that. And now it's going to get a little cray-cray. It shows the feet rotating back or I say back up 90 degrees. this piece comes back down, and then this piece on this side rolls flat. And then this folds up, and then this piece folds around. So let's do that again. We're going to rotate this up 90 degrees to the shin panels here. We're going to bring this down. We're going to rotate the wheel well around. We're going to fold the heel up, and then we're going to rotate the foot 180 degrees, not 90 degrees, 180 degrees. So now you should have something that looks like that. All right, looks like the next step is to rotate the entire ankle back to its original position like that. And then this part's a little on the confusing side, because it looks like it pushes up into the cavity of the car like that, and you kind of have to rotate it flat. There's tabs here. Let me just show you this real quick. These tabs right here at my fingertip tab into holes, into that little tab hole right there. So you'll rotate that in. I'm just going to drop the front of the car down. And should tab in just like that. Same with this one. Comes down and tabs in. So now those are tabbed together, and this is what you have. Then they want you to flip it over, and they want you to rotate this around on both sides. And in doing so, I want you to fold these pieces under like that. Bring them in. And then it looks like the doors have little pieces here that need to fold out. Yeah, I'm glad I used the instructions. I would have been fiddling here for an hour. Y'all would have been sick of watching. All right, that's all together. And now it looks like we kind of, let's see. They're showing some stuff with the feet that's kind of weird. I say the feet with this section down here. I think all this just tabs together is what they're trying to say. They just, all this kind of plugs in. So you've got tab here, you got a tab in the spoiler here. These sit together, and then it says for the door to fold in, but it's kind of weird. Like, the door's a little on the fidgety side. So what I'm having to do is, in order to keep this piece out, you have to angle the door up a little bit, fold it flat, and then as you're folding it backwards, just kind of level it back out and fold it in, and then that door piece stays out. And then it looks like you can just fold these flat. I don't know why they point to something on there, but they don't look flat. So, whatevs. All right. And then Once this is all kind of together, all squished in, you're going to take this back piece and you're going to, it's that same Combiner Wars movement where you're rocking back on these two armatures. And we're just going to tab it in there and there. And then you got that little notch right there that'll fit on that piece right there. And that should be it. Oh, we still got this back here. So this is the bumper exhaust area. You just kind of fold that down, and then there's your normal T-notch that Magic Square does, and that holds everything together nice and tidy. And then your spoiler you can just kind of push in so it's flush. And that, my friends, I believe is that. Ta-da. So yeah, that's it. That was it in a nutshell. So super complicated little transformation. I'd say that's an MP level transformation for such a small little figure. So anyway, I mean, he rolls great. One of the things I don't like is when vehicles, like if you were to set it flat, one wheel won't touch or whatever, and that's usually a sign of mistransformation. This one, all four wheels touch just fine. There's no wobbling. Rolls great. Just for looks, it's got the red paint around the front, which we saw in the robot mode. Headlights, grill, black paint inside the little notches on each side of the grill. I added that sticker. Terry from Terry's TF Club includes stickers, has for a long time. Great guy. So I've been I usually order from him, but order from who you like. I'm not plugging anybody specifically. I am just saying that's who I order from. Paint on the windows, nice little black tint on the top. I say tint, that's what it's intended to be. Blue paint, red paint, and the number 4 paint on the side. It's kind of light. I feel like that could have been done a little better. It is it? No. Is it that? It is sculpted, like that 4 is a sculpted indent. And then they just painted it. Like I can feel my nails catching on the white part. So that is sculpted detail with the 4 in there. Paint over the fender wells and painted back glass, painted side skirts or side spoilers. And the center of the wheels are painted. So all in all, a really nice figure, a great representation of Jazz. I'm very happy with this purchase. I think it is a much needed upgrade from New Age's version. Which, don't get me wrong, I was perfectly happy with New Age's version, but I feel like the sculpting detail and transformation and the robot mode really make a difference. Now, they are the exact same size in vehicle mode, and I'm not transforming the other one so you can see. I'm just saying they are the exact same size. Accessories wise, the purple speakers, they actually, I'm messing it up here, they actually will attach in these little 5mm pegs, these little peg holes right here. Like that. So Jazz can make everybody suffer with his music. Boom. There you go. And his rocket launcher. Will it fit? It may not fit. By the way, it can go on the left or the right shoulder. Boom. Rocket launcher fits right there. Just like that. So, I don't think there's a place for the gun to go. I mean, with all the accessories that he has, it just doesn't make sense, I don't think. I'm sure these can tab in somewhere else. It doesn't show anything on the instructions as far as where else those can go. This is just stuff that you figure out on your own. So if you have an idea as to where these can go that doesn't just like plug in onto the roof or hood of the car like silly like that. That's just silly. But if you can think of where else these can go in vehicle mode, or however else these tab in, because it's got that signature notch and it clearly slides in somewhere. I just don't know where. So yeah, that's Jazz in a nutshell. Let's see. We want some size comparisons, don't we? I don't have anything in vehicle mode right here, so I shall... Oop, maybe I do. There's the old New Age Bumblebee, the older one. There's the New Age Beachcomber. I do have an MP scale car, just because it's silly, and I don't know why we compare these things, but people do. And let's see. OG GoBot for y'all. Super dusty. There's somebody else in here too. Oh, look at there. G1 Sunstreaker. Also super dusty. I don't know how they get dusty sitting in a drawer, but they do. Yeah, G1 Sunstreaker. So that's about all I'm going to grab out. Let me go get a New Age car though. All right, here he is with the usual suspects. And I know I said that was New Age Beachcomber a minute ago. That's actually Magic Square's Beachcomber. New Age's Beachcomber is way nicer looking. So, anyway, review for another day. But we've got New Age Beachcomber, New Age Mirage, New Age Smokescreen, and New Age Cliff Jumper. And as you can see, they're all relatively in scale with each other. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with these all kind of coexisting as they do. I feel like these two are the closest in comparison. This one's right there with them. I think overall it looks well. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the review, and please feel free to add any comments, questions, anything you got on the figure that you think is worthwhile being shared, and love to read your thoughts and opinions on it. Thank y'all for watching, and have a great day.